Well, greetings, world.
Uh,
And greetings, Seven Spot. As you can see, there's Larry on the right-hand corner. And it's me, Jim, Seven Spot Jim. Well, we're having a little bit of technical problems today, but we've got a face. He's there. Say hi, Larry. Are you there? Ah, looks like we've lost Larry. Larry, try that again, whatever you've done. And we'll just see if we can get this thing up and going. You know what, folks? We're having some difficulty trying to get online here today with Larry. We're miles away. I mean, this is yesterday. We were, we were 5,000 kilometers away from Cuenca in Ecuador, and just a minor jaunt of 12,000 kilometers away from Argentina in Buenos Aires. But we managed to get together and get her done. But today, I'm just having a heck of a time because my guest is Larry Jackson, and he's even further away. He's all the way down the I-5 in Seattle, and I could be there. If he wants to just hang out, I could probably be at his doorstep in an hour and about 15 minutes from where I live. But our borders are closed because of COVID, and that's just not a happening thing. And it looks like he's having some connection problems today, so you get to look at my smiling face while I babble. Larry, are you anywhere near being here? Looks like he's not. And folks, you know what? I'm going to say thank you. Bear with us. You know what I'm going to do? And I just told this to Larry. We're going to work out a test link during the week and give it a good test. And then once we get it done the way it would work properly, we're just going to go live. There'd be no announcement. We're just going to do it. So someone's coming in again.
That's me.
That's you. Larry.
I keep pressing the buttons.
This is an interesting story because I could hear you offline, and I couldn't see you, but you're telling me your life story. For 30 years, you did what for a living?
I was a programmer.
He's a computer programmer, and he's getting me, a real estate agent, to try to connect him on the internet. Can you believe it? Well, Larry, that's enough about that. Let's go see your car. I'm going to say one more thing, folks. Larry got this car as a roller.
No,
not a roller.
It wasn't a roller.
It wasn't a roller, but it was a good frame, or at least that's what you thought. It wasn't a good
frame. It was just a frame.
It was just a frame.
It wasn't even a good one.
Oh, so you knew that going in? I got the sense that it was a roller, and then you took it apart and you realized it was no good at all.
The guy I bought it from. He advertised it somewhere, probably on Locost USA.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down and I bought it because it would save me a few days, I thought.
Yeah.
He wanted to go racing real bad. He wanted to go autocrossing. And this was going to take him way too long because first he had to learn how to weld.
Yeah.
Which was obvious. That was his... This frame was his test bed.
Yeah.
And every weld he had, we had to grind off and redo. And we changed the design that he was going to. He was trying to hook up the Miata subframe, and that was all screwed up, and that had to come completely off and go from there. So no, it was... it's basically scratch built.
Okay. So, and it's a lovely red, white, and blue. It's a very common color. You guys, you seem to be attached to the red, white, and blue color down there. What's that about?
Well, I like the color scheme that Graham earlier had on his car. Only he used, where I've got blue, he had red. One of the same thing, but I couldn't use red again because Graham had the red.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back when I was still in Omaha. I'm going downstairs now to the garage.
Yep. Cool.
And we would meet once a year, the Midwest Low-Cost gatherings.
Mm-hmm. You say Midwest, is that in your Omaha days?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Larry
I
used
would
to
see
live
him at least
in
once a year. So I had to change, had to change it a little bit. I couldn't be just like his car.
Uh-huh.
Even though it is pretty much like his car.
Yeah.
We both have the same engine, 20 valve Toyota.
Okay. I'm putting you on full screen now, Larry, so that if you wanted to rotate the phone, we could
look
actually.
at me.
It's you, but we would rather see the car. Why don't you turn the phone around? There we go. You can see your fingers real good too.
Well, I'm not too sure where the lens on this damn thing is.
That's all right. I'll help you. Just point it down. Oh yeah, maybe down just a touch more. There you go. There you go. So it's got a 20 valve Toyota engine in it.
20 valve Toyota, yeah.
Yeah.
Garage is kind of messy.
That's all right. Better than mine. Pretty cool. And what's the rest of the drive line in that car?
Toyota T50.
Okay.
Transmission.
Uh-huh. So it was a one donor
rear
car?
end is the pumpkin is out of a GTS Celica, about a 1981.
Okay, yeah.
And because I, with all the Miata pieces I got from the guy in Louisville, the rear end wasn't one of them. So I had the control arms and the frame, but subframe, but I did not have the differential.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the Toyota in.
Uh-huh.
It was not a drop-in fit by any means, but it works. Had to use some adapters to get the U-joints, or the U-joint, yeah, the CV joints to fold up to the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was pretty much fabricated. Am I walking too fast?
No, heck no. Take your time. Where did those taillights come out of?
The taillights?
Yeah.
Those came out of Speedway Motors. Those are 39 Fords. Off of 39 Ford. Being in Omaha, Speedway Motors was in Lincoln, which is just a few miles down the road.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. And you and I were both chatting about, I mean, you came from Omaha, Nebraska. Lots of open sky, beautiful weather most of the time. Like I looked up the weather just now, it's 66 degrees in Omaha, and you and I are both sharing 42 degrees and rain and rain. And well, I was just wondering how do you get outside to use the Locost very much?
Summer.
In the summer, yeah.
By July, I'll have it out.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't get to use as much as I'd like. I've got just a little over 1,200 miles on it.
Yeah, I like the hoops. Those are cool.
Those are Porsche Porsche Boxster hoops.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can see right there's the joint where we had to cut them.
Yeah.
Took about 6 inches out. Mm-hmm. The seats are out of a Porsche 914.
Okay.
I have a through-out bearing. Oh, the transmission. Mm-hmm. We weren't too sure what the car was we pulled it out of. It was a Toyota something, and it was a T50, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a Corolla. And it was older. It was an 81, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not have the slave cylinder on the clutch
Oh, it
in
doesn't.
the proper in the proper position.
Oh, in the proper position. Yeah.
So I could not get a slave cylinder. I kept trying to get a T50 slave cylinder, and they were. I went through 3 or 4 of them, and they wouldn't fit. So I finally wound up using a Saab 900 internal throwout bearing,
Okay.
hydraulic.
Yeah.
I had to make an adapter for that.
Mm-hmm.
But we built the car, and I say we because I did have help. Of course, he didn't help as much as he thinks he did. A husband of my wife, a woman that worked for my wife.
Yeah.
She married this guy from California, and he moved into Omaha, and he opened up a automotive stereo shop.
Okay.
But he had been building hot rods in California for years,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a nice shop. He had tools. He had an interest. So we built the car in his shop.
Mm-hmm.
Things like, can you see the dash?
Yep.
He covered. That was his idea, covering the dash.
Uh-huh.
So I took this, and we had some red vinyl left over, so I put it in the transmission tunnel. I put my rear deck.
Yeah, that's
cover.
nice. Yeah.
That's a piece
Now
of fiberglass.
Is that all?
What?
Is that accessible, or is that just locked
Oh yeah,
down? Yeah.
sure. See these little chrome dots at the corners?
Yeah. And they just pop off, and you can get in.
Those are latches. Those are the cool Chinese latches.
Okay, got it. Looks like you just your video kind of froze up on you.
And on the transmission tunnel, and even on my little glove box there, if you can see the box there.
Yeah, you got a glove box in there.
Yeah, that's it right there.
You're using every little cranny that's available in there.
Yeah, and this was his idea for the front fender mounts.
Mm-hmm.
You can see those.
Yeah, I saw that. Those are pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that's very old school, isn't it? You see that on bikes, but I have seen it on a few sevens. I think I saw something like that on one of Gary Sanders' vehicles too. So very cool. I'm getting a good picture of it because the video is locked up on you, Larry. If you wanted to step a little bit back towards your garage entrance, you'll probably get the video feed to come back in, or maybe not. Well, let's just see if I can put me. So people, folks, get to look at me again. Well, Larry hopefully comes back. And if he does, he does. And if not, we're going to wind this up just now, and we'll get back to it. But what am I going to say? I'm going to say, these live streams, folks, are an adventure every time. We all have differing qualities of internet access. Some people have good Wi-Fi, some people don't. I'm recommending that folks, please don't use your Wi-Fi. If you can disable it and just use your cellular plan. If you've got a good cellular area, that'll work best. I personally have a lousy cellular area, and I have to work when I'm outside using my Wi-Fi. But the internet adventure is kind of like the frontier days of radio. It's live and it's happening, and it's happening right now. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, well, it's an adventure. We'll just we got lots more programming coming for you, and I don't think we're going to get Larry back, honestly. But Larry, if you can hear me, I'm going to say thank you, man. We've been trying for the better part of I think about an hour to make this connection work. So, for what it's worth, Larry, I'm going to say thank you. And we're going to fight and struggle to make a connection work. And who knows, we'll get together, maybe in person. Maybe I'll drive down. We'll go live on the internet together when the borders open for us. So, folks, it's been an adventure. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you later. Cheers for now.